Good morning. I bet you didn't think you'd be learning how to get sick at pull-ups from a guy standing in a field on a Tuesday morning, but here we are. So I'm going to go through my complete progression today of how I got from 2 pull-ups to 25 pull-ups in just a 3-year period, and I'm going to help you get your first pull-up today as well if you're not at that stage yet. Now the pull-up is by far the best and my favourite back exercise, and there's so many different variations of it. A couple of different options are the neutral grip shoulder width apart pull-up like I'm doing here, and the close grip, the close neutral grip pull-up like I'm doing here. And then you've also got the chin up, which is an underhand grip, so your palms facing towards you, shoulder width apart, getting your chin over the bar. However, for the purposes of today's video, I'm going to be talking about the most elite variation and the best variation for overall strength and growth, which is the overhand pronated grip pull-up. So your palms are facing away from you, and your hands are about shoulder width apart, and you're lowering yourself completely to the bottom and getting your chin above the bar. So the first thing to discuss is to completely cut out the half reps. When you're doing a pull-up, you need to completely lower yourself to the bottom, disengage your scapula at the bottom, re-engage your scapula, and then pull yourself all the way up to the top, nice and controlled with your chin above the bar like I'm doing here. So all the way to the top, all the way down, disengage, re-engage the scapula, pull yourself up over the top again. Doing half reps is only going to slow down your progress, so make sure that every single rep you do is nice and clean and under control. The second thing to mention is we want a maximum frequency of training every 3 days. So if I'm training my pull-ups to failure on Monday, for example, I'm going to make sure I have Tuesday and Wednesday off to let the muscles fully recover before I go back in the gym and I try and do the same again. Now let's go through exactly what I would do at each stage of progression so you can pick up at wherever you're at now and go from there. So there's 3 exercises we're going to be using to get better at pull-ups. One of them is the pull-up itself, one of them is the band assisted pull-up, and then the final one is a pull down. All 3 of these are going to build up strength in the relevant muscles so that you get stronger at pull-ups. Now I've already defined what a pull-up is, so I'm just quickly going to define what a band assisted pull-up. This is where you tie a band to the pull-up bar and then hook it either underneath your knees or underneath your feet and use a varying resistance of band in order to help you complete that rep. So the bands come in all sorts of different sizes and colors and varying strengths. So the weaker you are, the stronger a band you'll need, and the stronger you are, obviously the weaker a band you'll need, because you'll need that less support to get over the bar. And a pull down is performed on the pull down machine. You want to be using the bar attachment because that simulates best what the muscles that we're going to be using for our pull-ups later on. So let's take the complete beginner scenario. You can't do any pull-ups and you can't do any band assisted pull-up. The likelihood here is if you can't do band pull-ups even with the strongest band, then you're most likely overweight, and so you need to start on the pull down machine while lowering your overall body weight. And this is going to increase your strength to weight ratio so that as your body weight decreases and your strength goes up by training the relevant muscles on the pull down machine, you're going to get closer and closer to that first pull-up. So a good idea here would be to be doing 4 sets of 8 to 10 reps on the pull down machine, gradually getting stronger and stronger, building up those muscles and losing weight so you can get your first band pull-ups. Now if you can't do pull-ups but you can do some band pull-ups, then I would choose the relevant band that's going to allow you to just get 3 sets of 8 with the band pull-ups, and then I would go and do 2 or 3 sets of 8 to 10 on the pull down machine as well. Now if you've got to the stage of strength where you can just about do between 1 and 4 solid rep pull-ups, I would still be predominantly training with band pull-ups rather than training in this range of pull-ups. So again, use whatever band is going to allow you to get 3 sets of 8 reps roughly, complete that every session, and then go and do a couple of sets of on the pull-down machine as well. Now when you get to the ability to do 5 to 10 pull-ups, this is where you want to be training pull-ups as your primary exercise finally. So select 60% of whatever your max amount of pull-ups is. Now if my max unassisted pull-ups is 8 reps, I want to be selecting about 60% of that, which is 5 reps, and I want to be trying to do that across 4 sets. So I want to be going 5, 5, 5, 5. If you find your strength starts to tail off and you're getting 5, 5, 4, 4, then you've got a target to beat next time. You want to be getting in the gym again and going 5, 5, 5, 4, and then improving that to 5, 5, 5, 5. And here you can still supplement a bit of that with a pull down machine as well. So doing 2 to 3 sets on the pull down machine later on in the workout. Now this is where things get gradually easier. So you want to work your way up to the point where you can do 4 sets of 10 pull-ups. Like I said, by gradually improving and stealing a rep every single session. And once you're at that stage, you can start to introduce weight. So when you can do 4 by 10, then I would grab 10 kilos, attach it to a weight belt and test your max again. So the likelihood is here you'll be able to do about 7 or 8 reps with the 10 kilos. So now you can drop back the rep range again. So if your max with 10 kilos around your waist is 8 reps, you want to be selecting about 60% of that, which is going to be about 5 reps, and trying to get 4 by 5 again with that 10 kilos around your waist. Say you're successful in doing that, next session you want to be getting 6, 5, 5, 5, and then again the week after that 6, 6, 5, 5, and you can see how you're gradually progressively overloading and just stealing a rep every single session. But obviously over the course of a month that adds up to 4 sets over 4 reps. So with the 10 kilos around your waist, you would work your way up from 4 by 5 to 4 by 8, and then you would increase the weight to 15 kilos, again testing your max, doing 60% of that, and then you're working your way back up to 4 by 8 again, and then doing the same with 20 kilos. Now just for context, it took me about 2.5 years from starting pull-ups when I could only get 1 or 2 strict form pull-ups to the point where I started adding weight. And then it took me 2.5, 3 years, just from my first ever weighted pull-up to getting to 4 sets of 8 with 40 kg around my nuts. And now I'm in the position where I can do, my all-time best is 40 kg for 10 reps and 50 kg for 8 reps. Now, an important thing with pull-ups that a lot of new pull-uppers don't get right is using the momentum correctly on the swing. So when you're doing pull-ups, your body's going to naturally oscillate around the bar slightly while you're pulling up and pulling down. So when you're at the top of the rep, obviously your chin's on one, your whole body's on one side of the bar, and then as you lower yourself back down, you're going to swing back to a bit more of a neutral position completely under the bar. So that natural oscillation you want to use to your advantage when you're doing a pull-up. So as you pull yourself up and you pull yourself down, you're going to swing slightly further away from you. As that momentum starts to carry back towards you again, that's when you want to initiate the next rep. You want to use that slight natural oscillation to just continue the momentum throughout the set. So I've just put together 4 main takeaways before we finish up. Number 1 is, before you can get 6 unassisted pull-ups, make sure you're using a band so you can get into that 6 to 9 rep range. Number 2 is, don't try and max out on every single set. We want to be spreading out our volume across 3 or 4 sets and only failing on that final set. There should always be a couple of reps in reserve on that first set and that second set, hence why we're selecting 60 to 70% of our 1 set max to choose our appropriate reps. Number 3 is that marginal gains really do add up to long-term results. So if you go in for a session and you're getting 4 sets of 6 pull-ups, and then the next week you're going in and getting 7, 6, 6, 6, it doesn't seem like much, but that is absolutely nailing the plan. So now you know you've improved by 1 rep, you've stolen a rep. Next week you're going to go in and you're going to try and get 7, 7, 6, 6, and those marginal gains are going to compound and compound, and if you apply the progression in the way I described, then you're set. Number 4 is that with pull-ups you're getting rear delt, lat, lower trap and bicep activation all in one exercise. It is the most elite exercise in my opinion, so that's why you should always be starting your sessions with it. It's one of the hardest exercises as well, so you want to be using your energy while you're fresh. As always, hit me up in the comments if anything was unclear. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.